Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting for Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. I am Rick Vest, Chair of the Board. With me is Deb Shore, Vice Chair, Commissioner Sean Flowerday, Commissioner Roma Amundsen, and Commissioner Krista Yoakum. Would you please stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, please begin the meeting.
A copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, a copy of all written material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available for electronic viewing from the county clerk's staff. Printing options are available on request. These materials can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Commissioners meeting held on Tuesday, May 25th, 2021.
I move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next are claims. 2A is amendment to payroll claims report previously approved on May 25th, 2021. The amendment increases the total cost by $1,246.16.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item 2A. Any discussion? Please call the roll, Dan.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Yoakum,
Abstain.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 abstention. 2B is approval of all claims processed through June 1st, 2021.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item 2B. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yoakum,
Abstain.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundsen,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 4 yes, 1 abstention. Next are consent items. These are routine business items that are expected to be adopted without dissent. Any individual item may be removed for special discussion and consideration by a commissioner or any member of the public without prior notice. Unless there's an exception, these items will be approved as one with a single vote of the Board of Commissioners. These items are approval of First Amendment to County Contract C-20-363 with Theo Geotech, Inc. to provide additional material testing services for the county. The cost for additional services is not to exceed $3,000. Amendment to Memorandum of Understanding C-18-443 with Sid Tool Company, Inc., doing business as MSC Industrial Supply Company, Inc., for facilities maintenance and repair and operations and industrial supplies. Amendment to the following county contracts. C-16-10 with Nebraska Secretary of State Records Management Division to provide microfilming imaging services. C-20-655 with the Board of Regents of the University of Nebraska on behalf of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln's Law Psychology Program. The term of the amendment is from September 1st, 2021 through August 31st, 2022. The cost of the county is $60,000. Amendment to the following county contracts for annual service weed abatement mowing for the County Weed Authority. This includes C-19-441 with Beatrice Lawn Care, C-19-442 with Lee's Lawn Maintenance, and C-19-443 with Mr. Yards and more. Utility permit number 2114, allowing Enterprise Products Company, LP, to fix and maintain a natural gas pipeline at 10301 Pella Road, Firth, Nebraska.
Move approval of the consent items.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 4, new business. 4A is amusement license renewal application from Prairie Pine Partners for an event at 3100 North 112th Street in Lincoln, Nebraska on August 14th, 2021.
Do we have anyone here to speak on this amusement license? We're always excited to hear about the things that are going on in our community.
I'm Sue Colas. I'm on the board of the Prairie Pines Partners, and I'm glad that you're excited to hear what we're doing. It's nice to be getting to be a little more known to the public. Events like this one have helped us to do that. So it's a renewal of that amusement permit for our annual Run for the Pines, which is a cross-country run at Prairie Pines to raise funds to hook Prairie Pines to the Murdoch Trail, which dead ends on 112th Street. And we did not have the full event in 2020. We had it in 2019. It was very successful, and we had no problems whatsoever, and we would like to begin again in 2021.
Okay, and this is on August 14th.
That's
Okay.
right.
Time to sign up for this. So
Yes, please do. We have adults, for adults, and then also a youth run, too, since that's a big population that we serve.
very good.
Sounds like a great thing. Move approval.
I'll second.
Yes.
We have a motion and a second to approve item A. Any further discussion? Please call the roll, Dan.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. B is an amusement license renewal application from Community Crops for an event at 3130 North 112th Street in Lincoln, Nebraska on September 12th, 2021.
Is there anyone here to speak on this amusement license application? I don't see anyone. I would entertain a motion.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item B. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. C is a resolution authorizing the installation of traffic control devices in Lancaster County.
You made it.
I did. It's game day traffic on 9th and O today. I missed the memo, but I'm sure I delay many by my construction, so I'll
Yeah.
try to behave myself with how I feel about the construction of others. On the overhead this morning, I have placed an exhibit showing what looks like a plethora of signs and maybe very close to that. What it really is this is a curve at South 82nd Street. This is the new alignment of the South Beltway. So these are chevrons with the arrows that indicate the road is curving, as well as just making sure we've cleaned up the Edgren from Arthur Edgren Way to Edgren Way, and a few other or a few other traffic control devices that are going to be needed in this corridor. And so it's really just cleanup. All of this is associated with the South Beltway, but of course it will be in Lancaster County's jurisdiction in the future, and so that's why I'm bringing it forward.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item C. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. D is a contract with Pavers Inc. to provide subdivision patching 2021. The cost of county is not to exceed $556,354. The work is to be completed within 131 calendar days from the notice to proceed.
The exhibit I've placed on the overhead shows the subdivision patching at many locations around the county, to include this far south location just outside the village of Firth. This is one of our first major subdivision patching contracts that we've done because our subdivisions that we've taken on the maintenance for are aging. And as I always remind the board, although we have taken on the maintenance of subdivisions, we have no funding source for maintaining these. So continues to further drain the county engineer's department.
What are the metrics on how much it costs us? I just like to, I know you've provided them to us before. Just refresh me.
This particular contract for patching is just a little over $500,000, so it's $556,000. As far as metrics for how much does subdivision maintenance cost us, we don't really have a parameter for keeping track of that right now. We just know it's a drain on the system.
It's substantial. Yeah, absolutely.
Move approval.
Second.
To refresh my memory, how many different subdivisions? I'm trying to find the map, but I can't locate it. Quite a few, looks like a dozen maybe?
The map is in with the contract. I just shuffled my papers here to the next item. And so it is 12.
12, okay. And they will be notified in advance?
They will be notified in advance. Again, this is the first time we have done this project and the next project, major work like this in the subdivisions. What I would like to say is I do expect there to be some issues. In particular, the commissioners may recall that we exempt ourselves from maintenance. In fact, we highly discourage people from putting sprinklers and landscaping and other items in the right-of-way. We know people still do put their sprinklers right up to the edge. We will be letting people know that we are not responsible for those and that they need to take care of those prior to our arrival.
Yeah.
I do expect you'll get calls, though.
And looking where they're all located, I think it's going to be Roma and I. They're going to be getting the calls, like Sean.
You could always share them with Commissioner Flowerday, Commissioner Shore.
I could.
We have a motion and a second to approve this
Shall we review who
contract.
voted for that?
Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. E is a contract with Top Coat Inc. to provide subdivision chip seal 2021. The cost of county is not to exceed $661,497. The work is completed within 96 calendar days from the notice to proceed.
Pam Damon, Lancaster County Engineer. So after patching the subdivisions, in order to try to stabilize the asphalt slabs, we will be adding a chip seal and a fog seal to them.
Yeah.
And so you may notice, I think there's one subdivision on here in just a little north of the village of Princeton that has been added for chip seal only because we felt it didn't need a contract patching. But there are 13 actually, I should correct myself. There are 16 pieces to this. Oh, no, I've shuffled my papers again. This is what happens when you have too many papers. There are 13 parts to this contract, and so it's just a little piece north of Princeton that we won't be patching, but we will be sealing.
Move approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday, Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4F is a contract with Midwest Infrastructure, Inc. for culvert maintenance 2021, Phase 2. The contract shall be effective upon execution by both parties. The work shall commence on or after July 5th, 2021, and shall be completed on or before December 31st, 2021. The cost of county is not to exceed $873,572.65.
Pam Damon, Lancaster County Engineer. So, hey, this project has 16 parts. Just in case you're ever wondering how many parts we're truly trying to coordinate in county engineering. This is our culvert project for the south portion of the county. I'll remind the commissioners again that we have over 6,000 culvert pipes around the county. Every year we replace way less than 1% of those, and we know that we're not keeping up with those. And so we continue to have culvert failures randomly around the county. And I would rather get the maintenance of these to where we could have a plan versus being lucky. So I bring forward this contract for the south part of the county.
Move approval?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item F. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. G is unqualified written acceptance of the engineering costs incurred by the city to move the sanitary sewer easement related to the expansion of the project for the Election Commission at no cost to the county.
Good morning, Commissioners. Karen Peterson, Property Management. The document that I'm looking for a signature on actually just pairs up with the executive order that will allow us to move the utility easement over at the Election Commission. When the civil engineers got finished looking at our plans, it was discovered that we need to move it just slightly. So this would allow us to do this. City engineering has agreed to waive fees to the county.
Good. Move approval.
Second.
Those folks are so kind to us. I was concerned about this one, Karen, when I first saw it. I had to ask Jed, unqualified written acceptance. I thought,
Sounds pretty
oh
significant,
my
doesn't
gosh,
it?
Douglas MacArthur has arrived here.
But throughout
She-
the executive order, there's a big zero in many, many places, so,
Jed assured me that this is in our own best interest to sign off on, so
thank you.
please call the roll, Dan.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4H is an agreement with Revolution Wraps to provide custom design, production, and installation of various works of art at the Lancaster County Sheriff's Office. The agreement shall begin on the date of execution and remain in place for 90 days. The cost of county is not to exceed $8,429.94.
Is there a little bit of feedback, Jamie? Is there anyone here to speak on this item? Just want to check in case there is. And seeing no one, I would entertain a motion.
I'll move approval.
I'll second, but I am kind of curious what various works of art
Yeah.
means.
I'm assuming it's logos, et cetera, right? It's not like they're doing
I don't
public
know
art
if-
pieces.
Yeah.
Picasso on our.
This isn't my item, but I did review it. So I know it includes, I think there's a shield that's going to be down there. And yeah, just other pieces of artwork for the office down there.
Oh, so it's not on the vehicles?
Not on the vehicles.
Oh.
Yep, it's for the walls.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of pieces.
The same picture was in my head of vehicles when
Right.
I see Revelant. Evidently, I've seen a few of these cars around and it
Right,
stuck with
okay.
me,
So
but
it's
yeah.
not. Okay.
Okay, do we have a motion here?
Yes.
Okay. Please call the roll, Dan.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. I is a recommendation from the purchasing agent and Youth Services Center to award a sole source contract to Stanley Convergent Security Solutions for camera and storage updates at the YSC. The estimated cost to the county is $54,140.
Move approval?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve item I, an item we've discussed and are glad to make this kind of an update out of our center. Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. J is an agreement with the Council of Juvenile Justice Administrators for the staffing and culture assessment of the Lancaster County Youth Services Center funded by the county general funds. The term of the agreement is June 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2021, in the amount of $34,062.88.
Good morning, Sarah Hoyle, Director of Lincoln Lancaster Human Services. This is an agreement with the Council of the Council of Juvenile Justice Administrators. This is a national organization that is known to do this work across the country. Essentially, it's been about 25 years since we've had a formal assessment of our youth detention center. This is an opportunity for individuals that do this in a professional capacity to come in, to walk through, to meet with staff, to meet with leadership, to meet with yourselves, and just get an idea of what we have out there and make an assessment or make a recommendation for further development. in the last 25 years, you think of things that have happened with juveniles, things that we know now that we didn't know 25 years ago. We know so much more about adolescent brain development. We know more about trauma-informed care. It's just an opportunity to make sure that everything that we're doing is still evidence-based, that we're still on the right track, that we're still doing everything we can in this county to benefit juveniles. So that's what this is about.
Move approval.
Second.
Yeah. We have a motion and a second, and this is something, again, that Sarah's educated us on, and just the whole idea of making sure that the care we're providing while folks are under our care is the appropriate kind of care, and it will benefit them the most, helping them get their lives on track that we all want to see. That's the purpose of this.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, Sarah, thank you for bringing this to our attention. We're very glad to be a part of this. So, Dan, please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. K, recommendations for the following funding: Joint Budget Committee and Juvenile Justice Prevention Fund.
Okay. The Joint Budget Committee recommendations are in front of you. Again, the Joint Budget Committee is a committee of elected officials from the city and the county. The city and the county combine resources to take care of the most vulnerable residents within our community, and they do that by providing resources to community-based nonprofit organizations that provide care, provide services for these individuals. So with that, any questions on the summary in front of you?
It looks a little different because we allocated some additional funds and we're looking at some COVID-related expenses that can be utilized with our ARPA dollars. So it has a few more columns than it normally has this year.
Yes, it does.
Move approval of item A.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Okay, and then the second item in here is the Juvenile Justice Prevention Funds. And the spreadsheet in front of you then shows the allocation as suggested to you by both the Joint Budget Committee, but then also we have another review committee comprised of juvenile justice stakeholders that meet and give recommendations then to this too. So that is what is in front of you. The purpose of this committee, again, is to prevent an early intervention of kids entering our juvenile justice system.
Move approval.
Second?
Motion and a second to approve this item. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4L is a sub-award contract with Centerpoint for the Youth Crisis Response Program. The term of the contract is May 1st, 2021 through September 30th, 2023, in an amount not to exceed $432,203.
And this is a federal grant that we received to enhance our juvenile crisis response system. The contract that we have is through the existing provider that LPD primarily uses in the community within the city limits, and that is Centerpoint. It's primarily to staff an additional family peer support individual to work with our families, and then also an additional care manager therapist to work with our families. When we were looking at our youth crisis system, there's two significant gaps. This will address one of them, and this primarily will address when youth and families present themselves at Bryan, at our child psychiatric unit, and children don't meet the medical necessity there, but then they're too high level to go into our shelter program, and parents are unable at that point in time to take them home. So we're working right now. The first step in this grant is to really partner with Bryan more on what can we do to triage those families for that night at least, or at least to stabilize them before they return home or before they're able to go somewhere else in our community. So That is the primary purpose of this. We are right now meeting with Brian to figure out those next steps as to what that looks like. There is a renovation piece in there. That renovation piece is fluid right now. We're not sure what that looks like. We're talking about perhaps having something at Brian, like renovating a place at Brian where families can go, or even at Centerpoint or somewhere else in the community. But that's what that piece is for. So.
I move approval.
Second.
The good news is, I consider myself, but I think a lot of us are so ignorant of some of the crisis that people are facing in our society. And so it's easy to pretend that everything's okay. But then you hear stories like the ones you're acquainted with, where there just are gaps. If you're on one side, we have options. If you're on the other side, there are options. And there's this area where it's just heartbreaking for families in this situation. Again, this will help solve that problem. I'm just repeating what you said, I apologize, but it helps me grasp it when I think out loud. So I'm fortunate I've never been exposed to any of these circumstances. Anything else, commissioners, on this important grant?
Jamie, we're getting killed with that. Thanks.
Yeah, not sure what that
I
is.
will move approval.
I think we
Second.
Wait,
Oh, we have a motion, but
I know, I just went off after we had a motion. I'm not sure what that's all. Okay, please call the roll, Dan.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. 4M are agreements to provide referee services to hear evaluation protests for the 2021 and 2022 tax years and to transmit to the Lancaster County Board of Equalization all papers relating to such protests together with written findings and recommendations with the following individuals: Sally Webster, Tyler Hawkins, Don Colleen, Mark Rosno, Marilyn Tabor, Bill Lang, Brett Hollingsworth, John Haney, Joe Walker, and Jan Moore.
Move approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. N is authorization for Scott Etherton to submit and execute the revalidation for Medicaid for the Lancaster County Mental Health Crisis Center.
Move approval.
Second?
Motion and a second to approve. Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Vest.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 5 is an update on COVID-19 and Lancaster County response.
I do know that we are in the process, as all of you are probably aware, we're in the process of redoing our personal policy, which will define when masks are needed and which departments they're required in. For most of us, there'll be an option that's available if we desire to wear them. Otherwise, I don't have anything on COVID-19. Let's move on.
Next is number 6, legislative update.
And we won't have anything on that
We'll
this
probably
morning.
remove that at this
I think
point
that's
until next
right.
session.
Yeah, because we're getting our summary this Thursday, and
Well, and we only included it on Tuesdays because of all-day hearings. We had to be more nimble because things were just coming faster. So we can probably cut it off of Tuesdays entirely, and I don't expect it to come back.
yeah, we'll make note of that and get that taken off.
Next is number 7, public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to county business not on the agenda may do so at this time.
We do have a guest here, Dr. John Schwartz, who's the superintendent of Norris Public Schools. I think it's interesting he decided to come today when we just went through so many juvenile-related issues that kind of know what we're doing here with, how many kids do you oversee every day?
So we have 2,500 students at Norris and growing, about 300 staff members. So we do understand the concerns with youth and appreciate your support of that. And Commissioner Vest, just to speak on the COVID-19 pieces, we've really appreciated the support of the County Health Department throughout the pandemic. They've been an amazing partner for us, and you bring that up earlier, and I know we're kind of transitioning to a new phase, but I'll take advantage of this opportunity to say thank you for that as well. So, good morning. Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I'm John Schwartz, as Commissioner Shore had mentioned, and I'm here on behalf of myself. I'm a Lancaster County resident. I'm also the superintendent of Norris. I'm speaking on behalf of our board and what I believe is an issue for many of the parents and students and certainly the faculty we have at Norris School District. It's my understanding that within the county engineer's budget, there's a proposal to expand the flat grassy area with fill around 68th Street between Stagecoach and the Norris campus. That's a main artery for our campus. It's an extremely busy patch of road every morning, every afternoon, and certainly with the evening activities that we have. I've been at Norris now for 2 school years, and I've been astonished, to be quite honest, with the number of accidents that we've had in that stretch of road. We have a lot of young drivers, as we know, as you know. We also have drivers of all ages that have experienced accidents there. There's just not much margin for error. For those of you that have traveled the road, you know. For those that haven't, I'll just summarize briefly. There's no shoulder in that patch of road. There are very deep ditches where there's really no margin for error. So your choice is a vehicle-to-vehicle collision or to run off the road and have a very dangerous situation. So there's not much margin for error. The pitch of the hills is such that there's very limited visibility. And we do have residences that are on that stretch of road. So it's very common for buses to stop and for somebody to come over a hill and all of a sudden see backed up traffic in the morning after school, and certainly if we have a bus picking up or dropping off. And that area is just generally very dangerous. Like I said, being relatively new to the area, the number of accidents that I've seen with students, adults, day, night, good weather, bad weather, it's really quite incredible. And we understand that you have a large number of priorities to balance as a board. We do the same thing as a school district. And I think the proposal that's been put forward, as I see it, seems like a good intermediate step to address the concerns. It would create an additional 8 feet of flat space on both sides of the road, which would create a margin for error for somebody to steer off and not have to worry about rolling down a hill, literally. And it would also be a logical step in a scaffolded plan to eventually pave that shoulder and put some rumble strips in, consistent with the safety study you all conducted and I believe concluded in 2019. So it's an intermediate step in the right direction, hopefully more financially feasible than doing the full project, and the value added to our school district, our students, and really all residents that travel that road would be pretty significant. And we would encourage you, as you go through that budget prioritization process, to strongly consider this project within your overall budget and hopefully fund it so that we can take a step in the right direction in making that a safer patch of road. We'd gladly answer any questions you all have if you have any.
Well, if I remember right, Jen, on public comments, we're under instructions not to engage.
We're the same. My apologies. So.
Well, I'm not. I certainly appreciate this gentleman coming and value what he said, and I'm listening to it very carefully. But you think we're in charge here, but we have attorneys telling us all the time that we're out of line.
Commissioner Vest, we appreciate all of you and would appreciate your consideration in that project. We think it would add significant value and be good for our community. So thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you for being here, sir.
In closing, have driven that road several times, different times a day and different weather conditions, and invite each of you to do that so you have a visual of what Dr. Schwartz is talking about along that roadway.
You can just imagine the volume of traffic down there. Anyone else here to make public comment this morning? Okay.
Next is announcements. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold a staff meeting, including budget hearings, on Thursday, June 3rd, 2021 at 8:30 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners will hold its next regular meeting on Tuesday, June 8th, 2021 at 9 a.m. in room 112 of the County City Building, with budget hearings immediately following. There will be no staff meeting on Thursday, June 10th, 2021, due to the Lancaster County Board of Commissioners' attendance at the NACO workshop in Kearney, Nebraska. County Commissioners can be reached at 402-441-7447 or commish@lancaster.ne.gov. The Lancaster County Board of Commissioners meeting is broadcast live on Link TV City. For the rebroadcast schedule, visit lincoln.ne.gov. Meetings are also streamed live on Link TV and can be viewed on YouTube.
I move we adjourn.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
All right, with that, we will adjourn that meeting and now call to order the Lancaster County Board of Equalization for Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. Please begin the meeting.
Copy of the Nebraska Open Meetings Act is located on the wall at the rear of the hearing room. Additionally, all material to be discussed at today's open meeting is available electronic viewing from the county clerk staff. Printing options are available upon request. These materials can also be viewed on the county's website at lancaster.ne.gov. Agenda item 1 are minutes. Approval of the minutes of the Board of Equalization meeting held on Tuesday, May 18th, 2021.
Move approval.
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes. Please call the roll, Dan.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Number 2 are additions and deductions to the tax assessment rolls.
Move approval of the additions and deductions?
Second?
We have a motion and a second to approve item 2. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 3, a public hearing. This is for motor vehicle tax exemption applications. This includes Resources for Human Development, Good Neighbor Community Center, Christian Retirement Homes, Inc., doing business as Eastmont, Christ United Methodist Church, CHI Health, College View Academy, Indian Hills Community Church, and Cedars Youth Services.
With that, I will open the public hearing on these motor vehicle tax exemptions. Is there anyone here to speak on this topic? Seeing none, I'll close the public hearing.
Number 4 is action on motor vehicle tax exemption applications.
Move approval of the motor vehicle tax exemption applications?
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve item 4. Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Amundson,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0. Next is number 5, public comment. Those wishing to speak on items relating to County Board of Equalization business, non-agenda may do so at this time.
Is there anyone here who would like to make a public comment? Seeing none, we'll move on.
Second?
Motion and a second to adjourn. Please call the roll.
Amundson,
Yes.
Yocum,
Yes.
Flowerday,
Yes.
Shore,
Yes.
Best.
Yes.
Motion carries 5-0.
Are adjourned.